jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these elevators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. Flaring, gold across my chest, I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on them niggas. We Ric Flairing on them niggas.
DQ, baby. Black. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing on them. Ric Flairing, sign up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, capital one. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, and you're watching Off Script. All right. Oh man, this is gonna be a show today. This is gonna be a show today. Let me explain something to people. All right. One, there's not too much you can say in a SWAC Facebook group to get underneath my skin. Okay. I want to be very clear when I say this. All right. There's not much you can say. Okay. My mom was former military. There's not much you can say to get to me. Okay. So I want to be very clear when I say this. Now, understand my platform, all right, is where I'm going to do all my shooting back at you. Okay. I don't like to play in the comments. I'm not a texter. I'm a talker. Okay. I'm a talker. So when I see you, all right, or when I get an opportunity to get with you, I'm going to get with you right here. Okay. And you know why I'm going to get with you right here? Because it's a live call-in show. Okay. So first and foremost, okay, everybody in the SWAC comments that said I was wrong about the hire, once again, that's why I call it unofficially, officially. All right. If you don't know what the term CYA means, it means cover your ass. Okay. And I'm very good at covering my own ass. Okay. So that's why I always say, even when the Dooley thing happened, I said unofficially, officially. So you know what that means? If it goes well, I can say I told you so. Right. If it doesn't go my way like today, I can say it's unofficial. Like that's how you hedge your bet. Okay. That's what I do. I call hedging my bet. So I hear something, I report it, I hedge my bet by saying unofficially. Or I go rumor mill. Okay. But it just so happened, these two ladies, right? And I usually don't get on ladies, okay? That's not really my cup of tea. You know, when I did Flambe Friday, okay, and that's coming back this Friday, mind you. So all the guys that are in these SWAC groups, you either need to delete your shit right now, or I've already got the screenshot, so you're going to be on Flambe Friday, okay? So I just want to make that very clear, because you said you don't watch the show, so you shouldn't be worried, okay? That's what you say. You say you don't watch the show, so you shouldn't be worried. But just know, if you talking slick in the comments, you're going to be on Flambe Friday. And meet me with that same energy, okay? That's all I ask. Meet me when you see me, meet me with that same energy. That's all I ask, okay? Because Flambe Friday is coming back on Friday. Best believe. But I'm going to get it started early this week. And I usually don't like going at women because that's not my thing. You realize that's not really my thing. But these two, the only reason I'm even addressing these two ladies is because one of them, you already know. And then the second one, I had an incident way in my younger days. Way when Off Script was just a pup in this thing. She came at me the wrong way. So I just saw, listen, let me. I don't understand why people do this. I really don't understand why people do this, right? Because I'm with the, like, do you not understand my name is Captain Mama? Mom, nah, you're not saving them from this one, Mom. You're not saving them from this one, Mom. You can either cut the stream off right now, Mom, okay? Because you're not saving them from this one, all right? This is what I was born to do, all right? So, and that was my mom trying to save y'all, all right? I don't know why they kind of come at me like this. I really don't. We're going to get into the PV head coach. Trust me. We're going to get into all that. Trust me. But I gotta say, listen, right? Now, when did Mark Henry and Goldust make a tag team? When did this happen? Because I was lost, okay? Me personally, I'm a big wrestling fan, okay? When I tell you I'm a huge wrestling fan, I am a huge wrestling fan. When did Goldust and Mark Henry become a tag team? Now, this was, when I tell you this was light. I had a nuclear bomb that I was going to drop, Okay. I had a nuclear bomb that I was going to drop, but I went to my conscience committee and I went to one of my conscience committee members and I asked him, I said, you know what? Should I? And he said, no, just, keep it light, keep it funny. Cause I had a nuke. Boy, I had Hiroshima on y'all. Boy, I did. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it light. So I didn't know we was doing tag team matches. That's all I'm saying. Listen, and then you got to be doing something right. Because let me explain something to y'all. Goldust is a Jackson State fan, and Mark Henry is a Southern fan, and they on the same side. They in the comments agreeing with one another. I said, God damn, I gotta be so good. I got to be so aggravating. That's like me and a Washington football fan agreeing on something. We will never agree. We could never agree unless we're talking about Jesus. Unless we talking about Jesus, there is no way we're agreeing on anything. Okay? So I know I got to be doing something right. Because they said the enemy of my enemy is what? My friend. Say it with me. My friend. How many of us have them friends? I know I got to be doing something right. All right? Because the Lord keeps blessing me. Okay? So when you got two mortal enemies, Jackson State of Goldust, Southern of Mark Henry, you got to be doing something right. Now, let me show you a little of the stream because I keeps receipts. I keeps receipts, right? So, Goldust makes the post. She says unofficial, which she acknowledges. She acknowledges I said unofficial, official TC Taylor to PV post, right? And Keisha Mark Henry says, but. And then they go over and says, Keisha, Mark Henry, man, my bad, Mark. I keep messing your name up. My bad, Mark. I keep messing up. Everybody want to be Adam Schefter so bad. And then Goldust responds to, all right. So like I said, that was light, right? So I came light. You know what I'm saying? I think that was fair. That was light. They have their opinions. So I have my opinions. You know what I'm saying? So listen, that's just me. That's just me being light. You know what I'm saying? That's just me doing a little something light. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't care if you ever hear me break anything, okay? It will always be unofficially, officially. All right? Unofficially. It was a longer stream. It was a longer text, but I just cut it up just because it was light. So, me, I'm just like, listen, listen, it's me, okay? It's me. Mario, okay? It's me. So, a little something light. But like I said, listen, once again, before I get into the PV stuff, I thank God that God could use me in such a way. Hold up. I thank God that he can use me in such a way. God can use me in such a way that he can bring Goldust and Mark Henry together again. I said, only God and the aggravation that Scotty, could bring could make them work together. Boy, I'm telling you. Oh my God. Only God could make that happen. Only God could make that. You got to be blessed when you can bring two mortal enemies together. Lord, have mercy. Okay. Lord, have mercy. All right. So listen, moving forward. All right. Moving forward. All right. We're done with that. Real quick. All right. Real quick. Follow me on IG. Follow me on IG. Listen, when you see the icing, I don't play no games. Follow me on IG and Twitter. If you think the petty stops here, it doesn't. It continues on. As you can see over I don't know how you've seen it, but over this shoulder, you see the merch in the back. You see the merch in the back? Shout out to the Rocket Mortgage Hornets. All right, listen, if you're interested in buying one of these shirts, you can DM me, Instagram me, whatever. Just cash out me $30 and we'll get you a shirt sent out to you, whatever size you need. If you want it in hoodies, it's going to be an extra price. But listen, shout out to the Rocket Mortgage Hornets. All right, shout out to them. And also tomorrow, everybody, it's going to be on the channel tomorrow. All right, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, that's what we're doing. Now, into this hire. Okay, into this hire. This is my issue. Okay, this video is going to explain to you how I feel, right? This is how I see it. Okay, so just I'm gonna scoot in the video and then we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, here you go.
Me and the McDonald's people, we got this little misunderstanding. See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. Huh? They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
Yeah, you see, that's you get my point. Do you get my point? They have Dion, we have McDowell. You know what I'm saying? You know, he brings in 4 and 5 stars. I bring in 2 and 3 stars. You know, like that's what you're not doing anything with this hire. You're not doing anything with this hire. Okay? You're not moving the needle. You're not embracing what is going on right now, okay? It's not doing anything for anybody. And if that's the case, if you wanted to go with McDowell, if that's the case, you could have picked him up right after the season. Literally, right after. Everybody knew Dooley was leaving Friday before the SWAC championship, all right? Friday before the SWAC championship, everybody knew that he was gone. If you wanted to make this move, make it on the Monday. Make it on the Monday. It could have been called Mundane Monday and you hire Bubba McDowell. That's what you could have done. Mundane Monday and you hire Bubba McDowell, and we would have been like, oh, okay, cool. But at least you would have gave him some time to recruit. At least you would have gave him some time to really get, in the position. Because if I'm a recruit from this, oh my God, you talking about the SWAC championship. She's talking about like from the first week of December to damn near the beginning of the new year, the guy couldn't really recruit because he didn't know. You didn't know that that's what it was. Like, if I'm a recruit, you can't recruit me. I don't even know if you're going to be there. How can you recruit me and you say, hey, we like what you're doing. We like what you're about. We want you to come here and da-da-da-da. Unless you're picking the school, you're not picking the coach, because any recruit is going to tell you, I don't like going to a coach that has a new regime change, because of the simple fact is, I'm not the guy he brought in. And i.e., look at the Jackson State spring team, right? Those weren't Dion's guys. So those guys dipped. You know what I'm saying? It's no different, all right? Then when new regimes come in, you're not my guy. I didn't bring you in. So you about to dip and leave. So why, as a new recruit, a freshman recruit, a JUCO transfer, a grad transfer, anybody in the transfer portal, why would I go to PV when you don't even know who your head coach is going to be? And it took a month to bring this guy. It took a month to hire Bubba McDowell. Let that sink in. It took a month to hire Bubba McDowell, who's already been on your staff for 11 years. It took you a month to do that. It took you a month to do that. Wow. Okay. So somebody asked me, what's his resume, Scotty? His resume is very simple. He got there. He was a DB coach. As a DB coach, coached the DBs very well. All right. Moved up. He became the assistant head coach for the last 4 years. He's been at the program for 11 years. He's been at PV since 2010, for 11 years. Now, I'm not good at math, but there's a lot of guys that have been brought in from his time he started to the time he's gone, like to the time he got the job. So he's been passed over at least twice. All right. If he did want the job, if he didn't want the job, I don't know, but he's been passed over twice. All right. So my thing is this, right? I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying this, right? Because a lot of you guys are going to, I feel as though you're going to have the PV alum that a lot of these guys are going to be like, Scotty, there's nothing wrong with a good football coach. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There is nothing wrong with a really good football coach, i.e. Buddy Pugh. And Buddy Pugh is a legend in his own right. I need y'all to stop thinking that's the norm, okay? Buddy Pugh is not the norm, okay? Let's be very clear about that. This hire is not as bad as Alabama State. Let me just say that right now. Ain't nothing as bad as Alabama State, i.e. Rocket Mortgage Hornets, all right? So if I was grading this hire, I have to give it a B, maybe a B minus. I give it a C. I give it a C. I would give it a B minus because I don't know all the candidates that were interviewing for the job. All right, I'll say that. I know a few, but I don't know everybody that interviewed for the job. So I'll give it a B minus. All right, B minus C, depending on who all interviewed for the position and who actually showed interest in the position, but they actually went with Bubba McDowell. But from what I have heard, right, and you can believe me or not believe me, I don't give a damn. Okay, I really don't. But a lot of the hires that I know have interviewed or were interested or were reached out to, they did not take it because of the AD. All right. That's one thing I do know for sure. They did not take it or did not want the interview because of the AD. Now, the one thing that a Bubba McDowell hire does do is he keeps the chemistry within the team. Okay, so everybody knows him. People have relationships with him and everything like that. So it's not going to fracture the locker room because he's already been in that locker room. He's already know the kids. He knows everything about these kids. He's been there 11 freaking years. He knows everything about the kids. He knows how PV gets down. He knows all that. The only issue with this hire, it's already hard enough to recruit in Texas as PV, right? PV is not the staple program in Texas, especially in Houston. You got Sam Houston State. You got U of H. You got all these programs in like a 10-mile radius of you, and they got facilities. PV has facilities. Let me be mindful. PV does have facilities, so I'm not saying they're at the bottom of the barrel. They do have money. But you're not U of H, all right? You don't have the brand of U of H. You don't have the brand of a Sam Houston State, which just went to the college, the FCS championship and won a year ago. All right, so there has something to do with brand. That's why I'm on Rice as well. All right, that's why I'm on the notion, and I want to stand on the fact that these schools, i.e. Alabama State, i.e. PV, you should have gone the Grambling and Jackson State way. Now, if you didn't have a celebrity hire, I understand that. If they turned you down, I get it. You went with the next best thing. Alabama State does not have that excuse. PV, they might have that excuse because a lot of people I heard didn't like the AD anyway. They didn't feel like he knew what he was doing. So if that's the case, then PV, you stuck with what you got because of what you got, right? But I still believe wholeheartedly that if you add a brand name, and I'm just throwing out names, so don't. I'm not saying these guys interviewed. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just throwing out names. If you add an Ed Reed, if you add a Kevin Sumlin, if you add a Ray Lewis, if you add a Rod Woodson, if you add all these guys, right? Any of those 4 guys or 5 guys, whatever, that had a name brand or name recognition in the state of Texas, your recruit scene would have gone up. I would have gave you an A-. I would have gave you an A- just because I know one of them names alone would have gotten you a 4-star recruit before early signing day. I know that for a fact. Now, you might get some guys that fall through the cracks. People don't, some people like, I don't need them or whatever. So you might get some 3 stars, some 4 stars that fall through the crack because either they want to come to the SWAC because it's exciting and they want to play against Dion and all that type of stuff. I get all that, right? But what your class could have looked like with a brand name, with somebody that was going to draw in the students and have people wanting to come to your program would have been absolutely amazing. Absolutely phenomenal, especially with the money that PV has, especially with the facilities that PV has. Now, the fan support I've heard is not there. So easy, whatever, easy peasy. But I think a brand name definitely would have put PV on the map and definitely would have put PV in a situation to where they could have been doing some very, very, very powerful things if everything would have went right and they would have got a brand name. But listen, I'm opening the call lines up. 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041. You know when you hear the white lady?
You are the only participant in the conference.
The call lines are open, all right? But overall, listen, PV had to do this. You probably, listen, I got to get the other 2 guys that were in, the other 2 or 3 guys that were up for the position or they interviewed. So I'll probably get that information sometime later tonight. But as is, listen, I'm just glad you hired somebody. Okay. I'm just absolutely glad you hired somebody. Hopefully you get the right players in. Hopefully, listen, anybody that's a PD fan, you're not in a total rebuild because your defense is still pretty good. You still got Dumas if he stays. You still got players on that sideline that can make plays. So your defense should be straight, but Bubba McDowell is a defensive-minded coach. The offense, I mean, you're losing Ladinian. You lost Jawan. So finding a quarterback to back up pretty much was a run-first guy. So I won't say you're in a full rebuild, but I do believe you're going to be about 3 years away from doing something to being competitive like you were in the West. That's my goal, especially with Hugh coming, Southern doing what they're doing, Texas Southern, having Andrew Body and that young core. You're definitely going to have a ways to go, but you still probably going to get easy wins from UAPB, most likely, depending on their situation, because I don't even know if they got a whole team over there. But it's just something to look into. But I don't want to say a player should leave or stay. That is up to them. That's their pickings, that's their choosings. But man, it's going to be tough to watch PV next year. Hopefully, Bubba McDowell makes them competitive. And listen. And I hate to keep bringing this man up, but that's why I keep saying Coach Dancy is that guy. All right. He turns shit into sugar. Okay. Because nobody really wants to go to Itabena, and somehow he gets talent down there, and somehow he makes them guys competitive on everything and beat the same PV team that went to the SWAC championship. Okay. So once again, that's why I keep saying Coach Dancy's that guy. So if we talking about coaches being coaches, I don't have no sympathy for no Bubba McDowell. I don't have no sympathy for the real estate agent. I have no sympathy for no sympathy. All right. Listen, Bubba, get it done. All right. Get it done. Period. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man? I think I give it a higher. I'm like you, like a B-. I think knowing, I guess his history is that he lives in Houston, been in Houston for a while. And I guess if they couldn't get somebody big, per se, you might as well get somebody who's been here, who kind of like what Southern did with Dooley.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to move. We're comfortable. If you go 2-11, okay. If you go 11-2, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody where I would say it's safe. I'll say that. I'm interested to see what he's gonna do with his staff. I do believe it's a better hire than Alabama A&M. Alabama State. Because his resume, his football resume, he knows football.
Yeah.
So you can't dispel that. No matter what you think about, you don't know how he's going to be as a head coach, but when you've played in the league and you've done as well as he has in the league, you have to know something about football. So I think he deserves at least that benefit of the doubt. I'm interested to see how he puts together his staff because that's going to be important and everything. But PV could have hired this, like you're right, the day after. I mean, to me, that is the issue, is the fact they waited so long to hire this. Now, granted, they might have been doing their due diligence, but, a lot of people turned them down. And it was like, well, we always got this in the back pocket. So, but I think the West might be Hughes. Hughes not wasting no time, ain't playing no games. So PV has their work cut out.
They do. They definitely do, man. Hey, appreciate the call.
Okay.
All right. Let me give you some little history before he got to PV. All right. McDowell was a partner vice president of Copeland's New Orleans in Houston for several years. However, the urge to return to the gridiron hit McDowell once again, which he led to Texas Southern University from 2003 to 2006. In 2007, McDowell moved up to NCAA Division I-A ranks and accepted the position of safeties coach under the head coach Art Briles at the University of Houston. While at UH, McDowell helped the Cougars field the top pass defense in Conference USA in a berth in the Texas Bowl. So he does have coaching experience at the D1 level, at the FBS level. So listen, once again, it is about recruiting. I don't care what nobody I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, it's about recruiting. And it's real easy to be a positional coach. Can you recruit Bamas? All right. Or get a team that can recruit Bamas. That's the key to it. Hey, what's up, Elvin? Talk to me. You live.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up, man? It's Elvin from Houston, man. I hit you up and told you how I felt in my your DMs earlier. I feel like he's a solid coach, man. I just feel like we wasted 5 weeks of recruiting, hiring him. I want to see his staff before I just totally jump off the train. I want to see what staff he puts together. Right now Southern took all our coaches, so I mean, he has a little time to put a staff together. But that's what I'm saying. The AD totally dropped the ball with this one. Like, you give this man a couple of weeks to come up with a staff and then another couple of weeks to come up with top recruits to play. Like, this is ridiculous. So I feel like it's more the AD's fault or administration's fault than it is Bubba McDowell's fault. But yeah, I want to see his staff, man. And, I see a lot of people on these comments talking about we finna fall down to the last. And hey, man, the game ain't won on paper. So all these people talking about Grambling and it's Hugh Jackson and it's Southerns and all this stuff, like, it's one on the field, it ain't one on paper. So, I mean, I want to wait to see his staff and wait to see what we can do, and then I'll see.
My thing is, and you're good, Evan. Let me ask you a question real quick before I let you go.
Yeah.
This is my thing, right? Because from what I heard was that, the AD wanted everything to go officially through the HR department. Listen, I heard that from somebody that's pretty heavy in administration work, instead of just kind of like, hey, I want, what's the, instead of like if you had a job and you're like, and I know you, I call you and say, hey, what's with the position? You say, hey, put your resume in. You're like, bro, like, me, bro. Like, let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I heard he was doing a lot of that, making like people officially put their resume in, officially go through the HR process, which kind of drug it out longer than necessary. But let me ask you this. Should he have done like a 2 or 3 week, like, hey, this job is going to be open for 2 weeks, whoever gets in here? Because to me, you start looking after Dooley. You knew Dooley was gone, but so you started looking late at the end of it was already December. You know what I'm saying? So You only really had 4 weeks before January was coming up, and you know early signing day is coming. So how should that have gone? You know what I'm saying? For PV.
I think, man, you know, my opinion, man, if you're a savvy AD, you always have a list. You know what I'm saying? You always, even if you just hired a coach, you always have a list of, okay, well, something may happen. This guy may get a better job, or something. You know, this guy may, get sick, or whatever the case may be. You always have a list, and I just feel like we didn't have a list. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that you got to go through certain protocols and things like that, but to me, you're supposed to always have a list, or at least a short list of 2 or 3 coaches that you can call and be like, hey, look, I got a spot open. Come fill this for me. Or, hey, are you interested in this spot? Now, the bigger names, it's, again, I don't know who all apply for the job. I've been hearing certain names, but I just feel like this was a hire that he knew he had to hurry up and do because of recruiting and because of the field staff. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna totally jump off the bus yet, but I'm about a toe off.
The door is open. You said the door is open?
Yeah, it is. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Oh man! All right. Well, when you about to jump off, make sure you call in and tell me when you about to jump off. All right.
Yeah, I'm calling to your band. I'm gonna call into the bandwagon.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Ford? Talk to me.
I just got out of class, man. I'm seeing it here now. Okay, so it's Bubba McDowell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me say this. I think he's keeping the Singletary guy, so that'll have his defense right. Now the key here is the offensive people. Now you said that he was with Art Browse. I hope he can get Art Browse or one of his disciples to come and run that offense. That would be very exciting.
If he can get Art Browse,
I know Art Browse ran a renegade program down there at
Baylor.
But when you're talking about offensive football, he's one of the best offensive minds in the country. But let me just ask you this question. In your opinion, does this move the needle down or up to hire Bubba? What do you think?
I think it. If I'm being honest, I think it doesn't move it neither up or down because he has the. No, I really don't because he has the pedigree of playing in the NFL. So he has some knowledge of the game. He's been coaching for 11 years. He's coached at U of H with Art Browse. So it doesn't. To me, I feel more comfortable with this hire than like I said with the real estate agent because of the simple fact he's been in college. He knows how it's worked. He knows how the game is played. So he kind of has an understanding of where he's lacking at and where he needs to get better at. And I think for somebody like the real estate agent, you're coming into the situation blind, hoping that your coaches around you can get you right. And I think Bubba McDowell already understands where his deficiencies are as a coach and where he needs to get better at. And he can kind of process that fast and get going quickly. Now, man, listen, Mr. Ford, if he can get Art Browse, the Texas floodgates are going to open up. Art Browse's name in Texas is huge. You know what I'm saying? He can go into a lot of high schools.
I'm a fan of Art Browse.
Yeah.
Offensively, I am.
I think that puts us to an A.
Do you think he should go out and get high school coaches in the Houston area? What do you think about that?
I do. Because from what I've heard from Texas people, they say, listen, Texas high school coaches are very resilient on letting outsiders come in and recruit their kids. If they don't know you, if they don't do things like that. Right. And that's coming from a person that has graduated from PV, that is, really instituted in that program. So I think you have to go get you maybe 1 or 2 guys on staff. And I've heard that from, places like I've talked to Rube about it. He said Louisiana is the same way. If you don't know Baton Rouge coaches, if you don't know New Orleans coaches, they won't let you in to recruit their kids. They don't play like that. So I think he does need 1 or 2 coaches, even if it might be a DB coach, a wide receiver coach. But mind you, though, Mr. Ford, these Texas high school coaches are getting paid a lot more money than being an assistant head coach at PV.
Yeah, right. That's true. You know what? I always look at the stadium, the high school stadiums that they build. down in Texas is unreal. I saw one was $60 million, and I'm like, this is a high school stadium? It was unreal.
Yeah. That's all over Texas. Dallas, small towns. Yeah, right. You can find it everywhere, you know.
Because for many, many years now, and even today, Texas still has the best economy of any state in the union now. You know, it's no state taxes. They say that everybody in California
that
wants to leave California, the two that they consider is Texas and Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, on the black side. Yeah. Because they can build them mansions in Texas and Georgia
for dirt cheap
at a fraction of what they cost down in California.
Absolutely. I mean, Texas is like the new migration. You know what I'm saying? Like it's booming.
Yeah,
Dallas is booming. Houston is booming.
And the other thing now, don't forget. Now, most people are sleeping on this. Texas has the highest number of black residents of any other state in America. They got over 4 million blacks in Texas. Now, the state, I think, itself has 28 million. But it has the highest number of black residents of any state in the United States.
It is, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, but
yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I know you, Scotty. Thank you for everything that you do. And like I said, for years, man, we always wanted this kind of media, and you have given it to us, and we thank you so much, Scotty. And keep doing what you're doing. Okay?
Appreciate it, Mr. Ford. Always.
All right. Have a great one.
No problem. Hey, listen, I really want to touch on that Art Browse situation. I wholeheartedly want to touch on this Art Browse situation. If I can't express to you how big. Listen, Elvin, if you listen to me right now, if he can pull off bringing Art Browse to PV, close the door, sit your ass down in the seat, buckle up, and ride that bandwagon till they can't go no more. Ride that bandwagon, put the PV in drive, put the PV bus in drive, honk the horn, and ride it till you can't ride it no more. Because Art Browse makes you a contender. Art Browse, I mean, in the state of Texas, he's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. Like in the state of Texas, he's a freaking GOAT, man. So to walk into head coaches' rooms and stuff like that, to know what Art Browse brings offensively, that means you're going to go find a quarterback. You're going to get a wide. Your offense is going to be A-OK. A-OK. All right. And it's going to be exciting. Listen. If I'm being a whole buck right now, Art Browse is probably one of the few coaches in the SWAC that I would probably say he could get a 2 or 3 star quarterback from the state of Texas, and he probably knows what to do with him more than any other coach other than probably DT. He can take a 2-star guy, a 3-star guy, and make him look like a 4 or 5 star based off the scheme he runs, based off how he tries to attack the defense with his spread offense. I'm telling you, listen. If I was McDowell, that would be the only caveat to my hire. Is you couldn't stop me from hiring Art Browse. You could not tell me no from hiring Art Browse. I don't give a damn about no Ruth. Whoever Ruth is, Baby Ruth, Chris, Babe Ruth. I don't care about no Ruth. Whoever Ruth is, I don't care about him. That would have been my only issue. I got to be able to hire Art Browse. Got to be able to hire Art Browse. Simple as that. Simple. If he's still in trouble, if he's still, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. No, because then you got the black people. Oh my God, Scotty, you think the white ice is better? They're a black offensive coordinator. Blah 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 blah. Okay, unless you can get me a black offensive coordinator that has the cachet as a Art Browse, and usually you don't. All right, so okay, to have the cachet of a Art Browse in Texas, you're probably going to have to be one of those powerhouse programs, a Katy, a South Lake Carroll, Duncanville, Cedar Hill, Allen. You're going to have to be part of those big power programs that just constantly win state championships, constantly demolish people, North Shore, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't know if Eric Bieniemy is not taking a head coaching job in the SWAC. Westlake, all that type of stuff. He allowed a sexual assault ring to develop underneath his nose. Bail almost got the death penalty. It wasn't anything small. That's the I think that was the Title IX thing, right? Yeah, I think it was the Title IX stuff. Will get dropped because a lot of those rape allegations turned out to be false. Art Brow stuff will get dropped because a lot of those rape allegations turned out to be false. Listen, it's hit or miss. All I'm saying, I said that to your point, right? Facts. Thank you. I'm saying to the point of this is that the staff is the biggest thing. The staff, and listen to what you said, Mr. Ford. I believe the staff is what's going to move the needle. All right. The staff is what's going to move the needle if it goes up or down. But the offensive coordinator, to me, I think is the biggest factor in how this plays out. Positional coaches, wide receiver, DBs, you can get solid guys at that higher, but getting a solid OC, getting a solid recruiting coordinator, those are probably the two biggest guys. And I know if you listen to Blue's going to tell you, you got to get a guy who can go out and recruit. Man, that's the key to this whole process, is finding guys that can hit Texas hard and recruit. Get those diamonds in the rough like an Andrew Body. You know what I'm saying? The kids that don't have the big names, but they're dominating in stats. They're dominating on the field, because Texas football is crucial, bro. Texas football, and I know people going to be like, oh, Scotty, what about Mississippi, the Delta, the Triangle in Mississippi, and what about Louisiana, New Orleans, and all that? It's different in Texas, all right? It's just different in Maryland as well. Maryland as well. Maryland has those athletes as well. I want to be very clear about that. Go DMV, all right? So it is what it is. It's just different in Texas, man. Listen, it is. So at the end of the day, it is. I just hope this brother comes in and takes us back to the front. Yeah, but the back, I don't know. Maybe in the middle of the pack, but back to the front. Listen, back to the future. It ain't back to the front. Okay, you're gonna be. Maryland got some ballers. Stephon Diggs, Trayvon Diggs. They're number one picks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just the guy from the Washington football team. The DN, Maryland, went to Ohio State. Listen, Joe Hayden, Maryland, what I'm saying? I actually played against Joe Hayden. But, yeah, Maryland got some ballers, bro. Maryland has some ballers. Don't disrespect, all right? Don't. Per capita, and we like this big. Maryland's like this big, all right? Like this big. So it is what it is. So don't disrespect Maryland. All right, why Dooley had to keep getting kids from the boo, Jonathan LFX. And that's the biggest thing. It wasn't that Dooley, I heard that it wasn't that Dooley didn't want to get kids from Texas. They just weren't letting them, they wasn't letting it happen. All right, they just were. Come on, man. Talk about the Matha, Good Counsel, St. Francis. Talk about it. All right, Maryland, stand up, baby. All right, so it wasn't that Dooley didn't want to get Texas kids. A lot of the Texas coaches didn't give them. They don't like outsiders. And I don't understand it, but that's just how they roll, man. Like, you would think that you just want to see your kids go to college. You just want to see your kids go to an HBCU. Nobody want to talk about that, though. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Man, our TV alumni, Willie Mack. Man, hold on. Let me touch you down on my TV right quick. Okay, all right. Bubba McDowell is the best that we could have. Even though we did have some other good coaches that could have came in, did what they needed to do. Yes, I agree. But AD, we hired the wrong AD. All right. Bubba McDowell, great coach. He been there 11 seasons. He already know what PV need. He can bring in the NFL players, what we need to do what we need to do. We're not going to fall to the bottom. And, I hear you talking about, and I understand Deion Sanders and what Grambling and Jackson State doing. We're going to be okay. It might take us a year, because next year we're going to have a hard-ass schedule. You have to look at who we playing. Jackson State, at FAMU, we're gonna have a hard. We got A&M, and we already in the West. Grambling, Southern, Pine Bluff. It's gonna be a hard schedule next year. So his first year is gonna be tough. It'll be great if we go 500, which I doubt if we do. But we got a good quarterback. coming in. I can't think of his name right now. So I don't know who all left, but if we can continue to keep everything that we got and end up doing some recruiting right now, because out of the Houston area, people know who Bubba McDowell is. He has, out of South Florida, he went to Miami. So he got connections. And then I'm pretty sure we got other connections coming from other, we don't, I'm not worried about that, but I know we're going to be all right.
So, okay, let's be real. Okay. Can I be real with you for a minute, Mr. Mack?
You can be real.
Okay. You know the reason why you got to the SWAC championship is because like you ducked half of all the real competition this year. Like, I mean, your schedule was so favorable. Your schedule was so favorable that you ducked all the hard matchups in the Southern game ended up being a dud. You lost to Valley. You know what I'm saying? I think you lost to Alcorn too. You lost to Alcorn.
Okay, hold on that point. By that time, Dooley already knew where he was going. Dooley had checked out. Dooley knew that he was gone, so he really didn't care. When he got to the championship game, he didn't care. He was just there. He already accepted the thing before he even got to Jackson State. He had stopped in Baton Rouge. He was already gone. He didn't give a fuck about what was going on with PV. He didn't care. Dooley, and it shows. And I'm gonna tell you just like this: when you look at the whole game, it looked like we gave that motherfucker away because PV was better than what they showed who we were on the field. I was there, and I'm telling you, I was mad as hell.
So once again, listen. This is all I'm saying. Your schedule was so favorable. I mean, like, come on, bro. You played UAPB. UAPB was a shell of itself. You lost to Alcorn. You lost to Valley. I mean, you blew out Southern. I mean, who else y'all play? Look.
Did Dooley care? Dooley knew he was gone. Dooley already knew that he was leaving. Dooley didn't care about PV. He had his 4 years to do what he needed to do, and he was fucking gone. He didn't give a fuck. He got us to the SWAC championship, yes. Okay. I guarantee, yes, we had a sorry schedule. Yes. I'm not going to deny that shit. All right? I'm not going to deny it.
So you played great. Oh my God, this schedule was too easy. You had Grambling, they were trash this year. You had UAPB, they were trash this year. You played Bethune, they were trash this year. You played Southern, they were trash this year. You played Alabama State, they were trash this year. Alcorn, you lost to Alcorn and you lost to Valley. This has to be one of the gosh darn and you played Texas Southern in the beginning of the season when they didn't even have Andrew Body playing. This had to be one of the easiest schedules, and literally that schedule gave Dooley his job at Southern. Literally, that easy ass schedule gave Dooley his job at Southern.
I'm agree and disagree with you. We needed a quarterback because what we had was not the quarterback that we needed. I'm gonna tell you that the pass in the beginning, what did Pass do at Texas Southern? They was about to pull him because what did he do? 3 interceptions coming up the pipe. You know, we was ready to let him go, but Dooley stuck with him. He got us through. But we didn't have a backup quarterback.
No, you definitely, you definitely didn't have that. Didn't have that.
So again, and I knew once we put him on the field, it was over. But the thing about it is, we exposed Jackson State. All we had to do was throw the ball down the damn field. Throw the ball, because that's how South Carolina did Jackson State. Their secondary is garbage. We exposed them because all we had to do was throw it down the damn field. PV is known for throwing the mid, just going over the middle, just 5-10 yard pass.
I kind of exposed them first. I said they was bad all year, but nobody wanted to believe me. But go ahead, Dooley exposed them.
He exposed them. So South Carolina got him. But the problem was we didn't throw it far enough down the field.
That's not true. What happened was Jawan Pass couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. That's what happened. Everything was open. Everything was open, just like in South Carolina State. Everything was open, but one quarterback hit and the other quarterback didn't hit. And it just came down to that.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. But if we would have went more so down the field and not bring the backup quarterback in, because in the first half, and I'm gonna tell you, not the first quarter, if Pass would have did what he was supposed to do, we should have been up 21-0.
Easy.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right.
At least 21-0.
You're right.
We had to see the defense showed up. The defense showed up, but the offense didn't show up.
You're right. I can't lie about that one. You're right.
So I'm just saying, to me, it was like the whole game was set the fuck up, because it's like Pass didn't do what the hell he was doing, baby. He was paid off. Dooley didn't give a fuck. He didn't care. He didn't want PV to win. He didn't give a fuck. He already knew he was going to motherfucking stuff.
Yeah, he already had his contract signed. I'm not going to say a coach didn't want to win a game. I won't say that, but you're absolutely right. He was set no matter what. He wins the championship, he going to Southern. He loses the championship, he going to Southern. So I'll give you that. But I won't say a coach didn't want to win, because I don't think no coach wants a loss on their resume. But I will give you that he absolutely knew he was set no matter what. So that's a nice way to be. That is a nice way to be.
And we knew, and I don't understand why they let him coach. We knew he was going to Southern. Just like, oh boy, because I heard that Jackson State's was the offensive coordinator was interested in PV job.
Yeah, TC.
They figured, and from my understanding, they didn't let him coach because he was interested in the job. Okay.
Listen. I can't
why
neither.
the hell did we not do that to Dooley? Because we knew Dooley was leaving. Why didn't we have another? Let Dooley sit on the bench, or don't even bring his ass in. Let his ass go on the side.
Bro. You can't.
And bring in one.
You gonna fire your head coach on the SWAC championship game? Now, what if he wins the game? You go to the Celebration Bowl. You ain't got no coach. Come on, man. That don't make no sense.
We would have had an assistant. That's what you have an assistant coach for. That's what you have an assistant coach for.
I mean, that's what happened in Oklahoma. What, Bob Stoops coached at the bowl game? So, I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible.
And they won. Dooley is going to call. I don't even know if Dooley was calling all the plays.
Nah, Dooley was calling the plays. Dooley definitely was calling the plays.
Okay, he was calling. He might have been calling the plays, but we had an offensive coordinator. Again, that's on his team. That's with him going to Southern. So whatever happened. But we honestly, I'm gonna tell you, we should have beat Jackson State. We should have beat Jackson State.
Well, let's see if Bubba McDowell. Well, you're gonna have a chance. You're gonna have a chance next year, because this sorry schedule ain't coming back around. So Dooley got out just in time. Hey, appreciate the call though, Matt. Appreciate the call, man. Dooley, listen. Dooley, in the military, we call it the ripcord. You pull your ripcord, boy. He pulled ripcord and got up out of there. That boy, because that schedule for PV is going to be dumb. That schedule for PV fans is, listen, if I'm a PV fan, I would just close my eyes, because it starts at the State Fair Classic. You're not going against a normal. You're not going against a normal Texas Southern team. You're going against a Texas Southern team led by Cut Sling Low. You already know it. Let's go. Cut Sling Low. You already know. All right. You know what's coming. You know it's coming. Andrew Body's coming to town. Shador's coming to town. Quincy Casey's coming to town. Like, you are going to have Southern, Grambling. They all coming to town. And they all revamping. Oh, man, that's not where you want to be. That is not where you want to be. All right. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
We kicking it pretty much the whole game. Dallas. I'm like, who the fuck you talking to on Facebook? Huh? Let me see your phone. I'm looking at it. So she's asking this nigga for some money. I'm like, who the fuck is it? Are you asking for money?
Hello? Hello? Okay. All righty then. Oh man, like the people that just be calling into the show. How you call into my show having a whole nother conversation with somebody else? I don't understand it. People took all the time to hire this guy. I don't get it. Oh man, I don't get it. I don't get it. Domestic violence. It was about to get gritty. Oh man, I was like, what the heck? It was about to get gritty. All right. So yeah, so it was about to get gritty. All right, made the time. Listen, man, it's gonna be let that play out. It's called called them back. I ain't about to get in that mess. I am not about to get in that mess. But man, listen. PV schedule is going to be tough next year, right? So like I said, you got a Texas Southern team for I apologize, for the Labor Day Classic, not the State Fair. So many classics. Labor Day Classic, all right? With Texas Southern and PV. You got Andrew Buddy. You got them coming into town. Come on, man. That's a different team. You got Jack State coming to town. You got Southern coming to town. You got Eric Dooley. You know Dooley about to be on some stupid stuff just because he like, I'm home now. Now I'm going to show y'all how I really get down, how I really coach now. So you got him coming in. Who else you got coming in? You got Grambling, Hugh Jackson coming into town. It's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be straight pandemonium, man. Straight pandemonium. I don't think we have FAMU till 2023. So I love that girl. Turned into a reality TV, like it up. Man, listen, I don't know about no swag tee, bro. I don't know nothing about no swag tee. Listen, I'm good. And boo woo, stop with the spamming, man. Nobody cares about no Alabama A&M right now, bro. Stop with the spamming. Chill. All extra. That was a pimp name slip back. A pimp named Slickback is like a Tribe Called Quest that goes together. All right, listen. If you would like one of these Rocket Mortgage Hornet shirts, make sure you hit me up in my DMs, Instagram, Twitter, offscript_TV, or you can email us support@itsoffscript.com. All right. Listen, I'm about to get up out of here. Do not know if I'll be having a late night show, but also, guys, listen. I want to remember. If you see these people, all right. If you see these people, all right, if you see Goldust and if you see Mark Henry, okay, just let them know that God, okay, God has allowed me off script to bring two mortal enemies, okay? You got a Jackson State Goldust on the left and you got a Mark Henry on the right. And he allowed me to bring them together, okay? Hallelujah. Let me get something. Somebody said I just choked on my what? Oh, man. Hey, you live, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tony from Dallas. So I think some alumni are happy about this and some aren't. I kind of question it a little bit. And the only reason why is because I feel like TV, we've done this. This is now going to be our fourth coach that I would say we kind of allowing them to do on-the-job training. And, we had Simmons, and people forget that Simmons, when he was at PV, actually his record was going down each year. FAMU came and got him, and he was on his hot seat. He didn't leave PV. It's the same thing with Dooley. Dooley, he got to the championship this year, but like you just pointed out, that schedule we had, we didn't beat any team that had a winning season.
That's facts.
And so I really wish we would have went and got somebody who maybe had a little experience, because to me,
TV since 2000, since we won a championship. We've been in the middle. We haven't been at the bottom of the SWAC, but we've been right there in the middle. And we need somebody who's going to put us at the top and get us at the top. And we've been at this middle, and I think this is going to keep us at that middle.
But okay, let me say this. And what's your name? I didn't catch your name.
Tony.
Tony. Okay, Mr. Tony. Let me ask you this, because I can't jump. I can agree with you to a, like I said, it doesn't move the needle. You're absolutely right. I'll give you that. It doesn't move the needle, but his staff could. His staff could move the needle. His staff could put you top 3 in the West. His who he brings in, and like Mr. Campbell said in the comments, the transfer portal is full of kids looking for scholarships. So you literally can close your eyes and point at the transfer portal and get a kid that that probably fits a need or does something you need and coach him up. I think what you can't say about him is that he has on the job training, but at the same time as he's been at the program. I think that's the biggest thing. He knows how PV is going to run. He understands the AD, which is a huge factor in that. He understands how he thinks and how he operates. He understands the president. So there's things that most coaches or most new head coaches have a learning curve to learn that he won't have to. He's going to have to hit the job running and with recruiting and bringing people in, but learning the administration, that's not his concern, because he knows them. They know him. He knows them. So now, like I said, the staff part about it is probably going to be the biggest area of influence or impact on this team, which I think he's going to be, because Dooley done took all his boys with him. You know what I'm saying? So you got, right. It's just pretty much going to probably be, like Mr. Ford said, it's going to be him and Singletary as of right now, and then he's going to fill in accordingly. But, I don't, like I said, I'm gonna give it a B-, because like I said, it can't be no worse than what Alabama State did. It can't. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think for him, how quickly he moves is going to show, what they're looking to do and how they're going to play it out. And I think this signing period is absolutely huge.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's going to have to come from his coaching staff. I will say at the beginning of this, I kind of wanted us to get a defensive coach. So, I mean, I kind of got that. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he get a good OC in there, and, things will be a little bit different. But, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad hire for us. It's not what I ultimately wanted, but, I'm PV, so I'm gonna ride with it.
Hey, listen. I know another PV alum called in. He said the door is open on his bandwagonism. So, you know what I'm saying? Until something good happens, I know all you PV fans are going to have the door open, emails typed and ready to start sending it off to the AD. I know you guys are super professional. That's how you guys get down, but you're going to rock with your team. So rock with your team, man. Appreciate the call, Tony.
All right,
man. Respect to those. Let me go. Mr. Calvin Lester said, hey, man, why you on my alumni sister SU like that? Listen, I wouldn't have to get on your alumni sister if she don't listen. Let me be very clear. Let me give you a little story time. All right. I'm gonna give you a little story time. So your alumni sister, Mark Henry, Keisha, I'm sorry. Either way, Mark, Keisha, whatever you want to call her, right? She came for me way back when in the spring. All right, came back with me. And Q, I'm gonna get to you. I promise you, Q, I'm gonna get to you. She came at me a long time in the spring. I ain't shoot my shot. I didn't go at her like I wanted to because of the young lady sitting beside me. All right, my lovely queen. She was like, you know what? Hey, let's let it ride. Ain't no need to do any of that. So I let it ride. Listen, I let it ride. I ain't say nothing. She called my phone, had her on speakerphone, was talking reckless out the side of her mouth. And she can't all that extra stuff. She sneak dissed me in a little thing that she did on her. She sneak dissed me, talking about you can't call yourself voice of the SWAC. All that. And I'm like, listen, if you got a problem with me, you got my number. You called me. We ain't got no issues. Like I ain't got no issue with you. Like whatever. So it's cool. So that was the second time. And once again, my queen. She was like, nah, don't say nothing. It ain't that serious, right? So this time, she wasn't here to stop me. She wasn't here to stop me. Once I saw it, I was like, this is my opportunity. I'm gonna shoot my shot because I have had my gun on safety for a long time messing with Keisha. All right, I've had my gun on safety for a long time. Okay, so if we really want, and this is me being super light. Okay, so I just need her. Okay, because I don't want her to play the victim card. Oh my God, I'm a black woman in sports and nobody loves me. And oh my God, and I'm Mark Henry to him. And he put my picture up on YouTube. But you're talking mad reckless in the swag group, though. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. All right, so don't play victim with me. All right, you ain't a victim yet. All right, so just that. Hey, Q, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey, big dog, you better leave them church of little boosie Negroes alone. Boy, you think the Beehive is bad? Man, the SU clan, they'll come for you. But yeah, man. So when's the bandwagon siding season?
January 24th. January 24th is when bandwagon signing day. So listen, you got time, man. You got time. If you want to call in and change them up, you can do that.
Hey, you know what, man? I think put me in front of the table and give me my little. Okay, I'm a PV fan. Here's the deal. Put me in front of the table. Give me those 3 little hats. I don't know, man. Valley is looking pretty nice right now. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Nah.
In your wife a PV alum?
Yeah. My wife, 6 cousins, my mother. Yeah, they all went to PV. I got one Alkanite uncle, but he the black sheep. But anyway,
your wife gonna be like, I wish you would call in and change what.
Bro, I'm just saying, man. None of my family even goes to games anymore, man. That's like typical for PV fans. I mean, just be 100, man. They don't go to football games. They may go to the homecoming. They'll show up at the homecoming. Tailgate? Then after that, they won't even go to the games. Oh, that's PV football for you, man. But nah, man. Real talk, man. I'm not gonna. It's a fiscally safe choice for Prairie View or what they did there, because you had some good. I would say professional choices that you could have made, but they was like, you know what, we like him because we know him, and he may basically on the job training again, and all of a sudden, you may win, you may lose, but at the end of the day, PV will still get that. They won't have to shut out for money to fire a coach because they'll keep him at the end of his contract. So luckily he's from Florida, so he'll get some recruits outside of Texas, because you got 11 FBS and 11 Division I schools that you got to recruit in a 2.5 hour drive. And I don't think this moves the needle. You may get one of few. He may have some coaches connections, some coach connections in the Houston area that he can get in from his time there at Prairie View. But Dooley took all the squad, so I mean, bro, you starting from ground 0. So this is bandwagon signing season is when?
Hey, January 24th, a couple weeks before early, for a commitment day. So yeah, we definitely, get your stuff in and let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's call in, change the bandwagon up and everything like that. So yeah, it's going down on January 24th. It should be fun.
Well, let's see what the recruits do before I'm still on the PV bandwagon for now. So we'll see, man.
All right, appreciate the call, Q.
All right.
Hey, that's it. You know what? I'm gonna do a show later tonight about 6:37, and we're gonna talk about the basketball games. The Texas Southern and Southern game, the FAMU women's game. We're gonna talk about them. I watched them. We will talk about them. So yes, I'm gonna do a little basketball. All right, just a little bit. Means you don't believe. I don't. So yeah, we'll talk about a little basketball. We'll do a little basketball show. Do a little recap of week 1 in the first week of the SWAC conference game. So I'll come back on about 6:37, 7:30 maybe. I like to shoot from the hip, so don't quote me on nothing that I really say, because it could be 8 o'clock messing with me. But yeah. So until next time, guys, listen. Before I get up out of here. Make sure you join the Off Script membership. All right, it's in the description below. 3 tiers, $4.99, $9.99, $19.99. Listen, it is what it is. But I would really appreciate all the support I can get for the channel. We appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys. Also, if you missed the video that I showed earlier, I want to show you what it was like for the AD explaining to alumni fans.
Me and the McDonald's people, we got this little misunderstanding. See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. Huh? They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was like. Explain it to Jackson State. Explain it to PV fans what it's like. How it's just like Jackson State hire. It's just like Dion. They got Dion. We got McDowell. He's an All-Pro. He's an All-Pro. Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same, but it's different. All right, it's the same, but it's different. Everybody D2 on this go multiple times. All right, listen, quick recap. National Bandwagon Signing Day is moved to January 24th. Make sure you tune in. All right, follow me on IG and Twitter at offscript_TV. Hey, Joe Johnson, send me Hall of Fame though. Send me the stuff that they said in the group. I'm not in the SWAC Sports Central group, so it is what it is. But it is what it is. But I'm about to get up out of here, guys. I might do, man, you are living up to your name, Captain Petty Sergeant. It is, man. Big Mick, the Big Mac. Oh, man, listen, that's what I do, man. Captain Petty Sergeant spoke. So listen, all right, before I get out of here, make sure tag team, make sure you check into this tag team 2-on-1 show. All right, the 2-on-1 show is going down. All right, Go Dust, Mark Henry versus Off Script. All right, make sure you tune into that pay-per-view, baby. Pay-per-view is going down. All right, and until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holler. God bless.